This game is rated E10 for ages 10 and up. For more information, please go to esrb.org.
Hello everyone, Kirbyvolt here, but you can call me KV, and welcome back to the Tears of the Kingdom logs. In the last log, we got quite a few more light roots down in the depths. I also talked about language and the different languages that I have knowledge of. I mean, I have more knowledge of one than the other. Well, I mean, I have more knowledge of one than the other two that I am familiar with, but I have more knowledge about the one that I'm more familiar with than the one that I haven't practiced as much in a long, long time, and I probably won't be practicing for reasons. We beat up Colgera again. As you can see, we have Colgera's jaw on the spear. We have lots more battery charges, and I come here to Rito because I realize, oh yeah, I should probably use those lights of blessings to get another heart container. So I did. Now, I believe past me is actually here, well, to buy food, but also because our last task of getting rid of Master Koga is somewhere in this area, and I think in looking for all of the light roots in the Hebrew region, we're gonna eventually stumble across Master Koga. But like the way like where the quest is like it's like right near Rito Village, just in the depths. So maybe we'll stumble upon Master Koga. Maybe we won't. Only time will tell. Speaking of time, you know... Well, actually, no, that was a bad segue. But a good segue was the one that you could stand 2 feet on, and... actually, I think those are kind of bad, too. Well, I found it, actually. Yeah! You're welcome. Oh, what is it? Oh, right. The helmet that I got. That's of Valmetto. That. Okay. Well, I appreciate it, Tulin. How you doing, Teba? Hooray! Oh yeah, so he gave his son his bow, but then he made a new one, so it all works out. Yeah, I know he's at the flight. He's at the Canali range. Yeah, I know he's over there. We've met him before. Yeah, it's right over there. Oops. Dialogues I should have done a long time ago. Oh, that's nice. Do you guys, like, ever worry about, like, things getting stolen in your houses? Okay, well, we know that wherever Master Koga is, it's, like, right below the village. But we're not going there right now. I get the reasoning for the Rito's abodes, because then they can just fly out of them. But, like, what if someone came up there and was just like, ah! There are no doors or windows! I am going to pilfer your belongings! Actually, now I'm thinking about it. First off, they'd have to do a really awkward climb to do that, because they probably can't just walk down the main village road and do that, because they would see you. Second off, the Rito are not as strong as the Gorons, but they're still pretty strong, so they'd probably kick your butt. And if you're saying, oh, what if it was a Goron or a Rito that did that? Well, if it was a Rito that did that, shame on them. But also, they're probably going to be ostracized from the village, so sucks to be them. They're not going to be able to live there anymore. And if it was a Goron, well, I guess that's the problem if it was a Goron. I mean, I don't know how they got up there, because the Goron's main method of transportation, as far as I've seen, has been rolling around. I don't know how well you can do that up a cliff. Maybe Yunobo can teach us some new things about the Gorons we didn't know. What do you think, menacingly glowing stone talus? What? You think I should shoot you and you should die? Okay. I realize you have no mouth or eyes or nose, and you must scream. Or not scream. How did those eyeballs miss? Also, I should probably take off the lino bow, because those are valuable. But then again, if it... How are those missing? How did it freeze me? Oh, I was way too early to that. I was like 4 measures ahead. Actually, I don't know. Is this song in 4/4 time? I don't think it's in 4/4 time. Let's see. Okay, ready? Yeah, it could be in 4/4 time. It could be in cut time. It could be another time signature that's divisible by 4. Like, we already talked about language last time. I'm not going to get into talking about music, because I haven't played music myself in a very long time. But I do enjoy music quite a lot. That's why I have all the soundtracks, as you recall, back from Log 106. And I can read sheet music. I mean, I'll have to, like, reacquaint myself sometimes with it, but I can read it. So I know about measures and time signatures and clefs and whatever the FFF and PPP are called. That sounds very bizarre when I say it like that, but it's like, you know... Oh, is there Kogera over here too? Is this just the Kogera zone? It's the Kogera zone. Hey, buddy. How's it going? Well, I didn't even see you. Have we got a picture of Kogera yet? We can get a picture of Kogera, you know. We can get a picture of him. We can get a picture of Kogera. The... Oh, shoot, what was it called? Is... Like, because you crescendo into it, so you go from a P to an FP, or you go from an... Was it an FP? Or I think it was an MP. And then you go from an NP to an F, and then an F down to an NF. And I might be getting things confused. I think MF's correct, because that would be mezzo forte, and I think that's correct. Probably. But what is it? I guess, like, the basic term to call fortissimo and pianissimo would be the volume, but there's a more elegant term for it that I definitely know but have forgotten. What I can't tell you easily is what key the song is, because I'll just be like, okay, those are the sharps, those are the flats, got it. I can't... you hand me sheet music, I'm gonna be like, yeah, it's in a key, all right. What key? I don't know. I just know that this note is sharp and this note is flat when I have to do this piece. That's all. Everyone's favorite key, B sharp. It's a joke because if you're looking at the keys on a piano, the sharp and flat keys are the black keys on the piano, and the non-sharp and flat keys are the white keys on the piano. And between the keys of E and F and B and C, there are no black keys, so a B sharp is just a C. And I'm sure people who take music theory are like, no, you're simplifying that, stop talking. To which, fair, but also it's a C. That's a large zonite, though. I like having that. And most of the songs in like Ocarina of Time were done either in I think they were done yeah, they had to be done in keys that had no flats or sharps because the tones the Ocarina made. And I think also the Wind Waker. Because, like, you can do almost all the songs that were in Ocarina of Time in the Animal Crossing town tune, which uses the A, B, C, D, the scale, do, re, mi, blah, blah, blah. And those all work, but you can't do flats or sharps in the Animal Crossing town tune. And now you're going to say, oh, but you can. And okay, I'll grant you that. You can get flats and sharps in the Animal Crossing town tune. The problem is it's not consistent because the sharps and the flats come on the mystery notes, and the mystery note is not consistent. So you cannot get consistent sharps and flats in the Animal Crossing town tune creator. And actually that kind of still bothers me. I don't know why you can't do that. Why can't we have sharps and flats? I'm going to guess it's because in the Japanese, when you put Animal Crossing in Japanese, since I played half of New Horizons in Japanese, the town tune is actually just do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti. It's just the tones, not the actual notes. So I guess there's not a do sharp or a do flat. So I guess that's why they don't have those. But they should, because that way we can make more interesting music for our town tunes. And I'll be happy. I'm just like, yeah, I grew up learning music. You can input music? Yay! You are limited. No. But like, yeah, Saria song is F-A-B, 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 D-C, B, I think. So it was like that. Because, like, I definitely put Saria song as a town tune in one of my Animal Crossing games. It's tangentially Zelda related. Hey, look, another big... Goodness gracious, look at, like, they had to carve out a good chunk of the depths maps just so you could fight Colgera again. I appreciate it, but man, that Colgera sure takes up a lot of real estate. Which I guess is fair, because, like, all the other bosses in the dungeons had, like, their own arena areas. Colgera was just like, dungeon is my area. So let's go fight Colgera. So, like, I don't know what... Actually, I should know, because I watched a video on how awesome the Colgera music is in Tears of the Kingdom, but I think I've talked about that a long time ago. And it also talks about how, like, the approach to the Wind Temple, just, like, the entire... going to the Wind Temple, doing the Wind Temple, Colgera, like, that entire section of the soundtrack is just masterful. And Colgera is just, like, the final, like, cherry on top of all that. But... if I recall correctly from when I was watching that video, I think the key signature... the time signature, not the key signature. The key signature... like, what am I talking about? The time signature, like, is constantly fluctuating, because when you're making your own music, you can just go, I understand music. I can do it so well. I don't care about the rules. It's going to be 4-4 for 2 measures, and it's going to be 6-4 for 3 measures. Then it's going to be 8-5 for 10 measures. I don't care. I make the rules. I think it's actually 5-8, not 8-5. But still. I wish to have that level of understanding of anything someday, where I can just be like, hey man, I know the rules of this so well, I can make my own. Which I guess I've already been doing with English. because I say a lot of weird things that probably don't make sense. English-wise, anyways. Or conceptually. I have mastered the art of existing that I just am crazy. We already had that arc, so we're not on the arc anymore, but we're in the arc about beating up all the boss monsters in the depths because they're cool and it's great we get to refight them. And also, there is literally lava right next to Kogera. Is Kogera made of ice, or is Kogera just a... Because Kogera was causing the snowstorm, and it's cold where we're fighting Kogera because of the thermometer, but there's lava, like, literally right over there. How this work? How work? That last arrow didn't hit. Well, shoot. I don't think this other arrow is going to hit either. I mean, if you do that, it will. It looks cool. I will say I do think I prefer the first phase of the boss music more to the second phase. There isn't too much different, but I don't really particularly care for this second phase intro. I mean, actually, okay, no, actually, I take it back. I still prefer the first phase, but this is also good in its own right because of the underlying themes of Tears of the Kingdom soundtrack is also peeking through it, besides just the Kogera boss theme itself. The Kogera boss theme is an accumulation of a lot of things. It's the Rito village, it's the Rito theme, basically. There's some of Tulin's theme in there, I believe. Some of the temple itself. Some original parts, too. But then also, like, the ascent up to get to the Wind Temple. Just amazing, amazing stuff. Again, just... You could make a mini-game out of just fighting Kogera, and I will eat it up as long as it has this music. Saved you, gave you an idea for your next Nintendo microgame, Wario. Or 9-volt, technically. Microgame where you fight Kogera, and you have to hear this music. Which is good, because it's good music. Maybe it'll be a boss microgame, though, because then we can hear the full music, other than hearing just, like, 3 seconds of it. Or 5 seconds, or however long the microgames are sometimes. You know, I forgot when I was doing my list of 2023 games, I forgot to mention WarioWare Move It. Oops. Wait, was WarioWare Move It 2023 or was it 2022? I think it was 2023. I enjoyed it. I actually kind of prefer Get It Together because of the unique playstyles of all the different characters. But Move It was also very good, and it shows that there is so much to be done with the Switch's potential from a gameplay perspective that I think more games need to latch onto, but I understand that Nintendo wants to kind of go away from motion controls in most things because they want to have that synergy with getting people to buy their stuff. Which, fair, but also, you can put some motion controls on, I'm not going to mind. I like them. And as it is right now, you could announce the Switch 2 and say it costs $350 or $400, and it'll still be probably the cheapest thing on the market. So, you can get away with putting those motion controls in. Not a good reason, actually. I just like them to be in because I think it's a cool technology that we're not tapping into as much, especially with VR now, and VR is great, but I don't like wearing the headset. We'll put another Kogera jaw on a stick. And I feel that the Switch can be a bit more, well, I don't know what the Switch successor is going to be, but it could be a bit more movement friendly. It's not like I have to set up a specific room just to use the thing. I can take it, I can put it anywhere, and I can still use the same tech. That's not a knock at VR. If you enjoy VR, that's fine. It's not for me personally. But I have a lot of friends who enjoy it. I know that people use like VR chat to go meet people and like walk around and stuff. It's just it's cool. So there's a lot of good stuff for it. I think my point is, Nintendo had the tech with the Wii, and then the Wii U, and now the Switch. And while it's not going to be the exact same, I feel like they could still tap into that potential area of interest. Just without the headset part. I don't really want to wear the headset. I have sensitive eyes. AKA I have an astigmatism in one of them. 3DS, I could handle that, because you know what you can do with the 3DS? If the 3DS is getting too intense, you can either turn it off, or you can look away for a little bit. And, VR headset, I have to like, remove that whole thing off, which I'm sure probably isn't that big of a deal, but... I get paranoid about things. .3DS was so cool, man. Well, the Switch is definitely up there. I don't know if it outpaces the 3DS for me personally, which is weird because like most of my favorite games now are on the Switch. But I don't know, there's something magical about the 3DS that I don't think they're going to be able to capture ever again. Unless the Switch successor is also just like, JK, it's not just the Switch successor, it's the 3DS successor. It's going to be like, what? How does that work? And I'll be like, well, remember when we were going to like, yeah, we're going to have the Switch, which we were calling NX back then, and also the 3DS, and also the Wii U coexisting all together? That was never going to happen. Okay, you're right, but we did try to make the 3DS and the Switch coexist together. Yeah, you did. A lot of people didn't latch onto that. I mean, I stayed, because, you know, there's a lot of games that released on 3DS post-Switch launch that were fantastic. Fire Emblem Echo, Shadows of Valentia, Kirby's Blowout Blast, Ever Oasis, WarioWare Gold, Sushi Striker, the way it was meant to be played. I don't think the Switch version is very good because its control scheme kind of sucks. What else? Not Pokemon Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon. No, those are bad. No, not those games. But most games. I mean, I guess there was Luigi's Mansion 1 port, and yeah. Is it as good as the GameCube version? No. But it's still a pretty impressive port for what it is. So I would say that's still fairly good. If you haven't played the original Luigi's Mansion or you don't own it, I'd say get the 3DS version. But if you do, you don't really need to get the 3DS version of Luigi's Mansion. Oh, there's something. Oh, Kirby Battle Royale. And Kirby's Extra Epic Yarn, which kind of is even more so of if you already own it on Wii, you probably don't need to get it on 3DS, but it's cool that they were able to port it into the 3DS. I mean, I have 3DS games over here right now on my desk. Dragon Quest VII, which came out in 2016, but shut up. Dragon Quest VIII, which came out in 2017 before the Switch came out, but shut up. I mean, you still got a lot of good games on there, like the Denpa Man, which I heard the most recent one isn't good because it used machine translation, which is bad. Don't do that. The Dylan Rolling series, Rolling Western, Lone Ranger, and Dead Heat Breakers, I think. Pushmo, which also has Stretchmo and Crashmo, but Crashmo is Kirby Fighters, DDG Drum Dash Deluxe, A Link Between Worlds, Triforce Heroes. You know what? I'm going to say it. Federation Force is a good game. I don't know what you were expecting, but it's a good game. It's fun. It has a good multiplayer. It was a good game. I know it's not what Metroid fans wanted, and I understand that, but you got what you wanted literally the year after with Samus Returns, which also came out in 2017 after the Switch came out. So, ha! There! Though I know that's also a touchy subject for other reasons. So yeah, there was still... So, yeah, we just need to conjoin... Well, that's... Strike that from the record. Like, I'm not going to edit it out, but like, just... Whatever I just said, strike that from your record. But there... Like... Switch successor should not be just the Switch successor. It should be... That balloon's still going. It should be the 3DS successor. It should be the best of everything, and that way we can get our Kid Icarus Uprising sequel, and it won't just be a port. It'll look amazing. It'll play amazing, and it'll have dual stick control, which what everyone apparently wants. But maybe you can still play it the old-fashioned way with a touchscreen, because you'll still get a touchscreen, and there will be a stylus for the new system. I know they're like, oh, I don't remember the stylus. It's like the Wii U, but it's fine. I'd rather use a stylus than my finger. I don't like using my finger on a screen. I have a fear that I'm going to get it very dirty or break it. Give me a stylus. That way, if I do break it, I know it's because the quality of the screen was bad and not me. Also, why did my sword start glowing? We gonna talk about that? We're gonna talk about why my sword started glowing? Because those are just like baby frocks. Is it glowing because I'm over here, or oh, I think it's because there's like some bokoblins down there or something. Now, does this mean I want another dual screen console? No, I don't actually. As someone who has a hard time using a dual monitor setup as it is, I don't need a dual screen console. I can deal with one screen. But if you have to go that route, fine. I'll accept. I just feel that a lot of the games, even the Nintendo first-party games, like never really utilized both screens in a method that seemed effective. Especially when you get to the 3DS, where it just felt like, hey man, the bottom screen is like a menu, and it's ease of access for just getting stuff. But other than that, you're focused on the top screen, so you don't bother really looking down there. Yeah, it's a touchpad, so I mean that's great. But I think like a launch title on the original DS was Mario 64 DS. And you know what the bottom screen was used for? A map and touch controls. That was about it. I mean, there were some mini games you could play, but that wasn't the main game. And it was just like, well, if that's all it does, then I don't care. And like even games that like utilize the touchscreen more still kind of like made the other screen kind of just like, oh yeah, you look at that sometimes. You don't look at it constantly. Like Kirby Canvas Curse, touchscreen game. You use the touchscreen to draw lines. You physically look at that particular screen because that's where your main gameplay is. Top screen, map. The Zelda games on the DS, Spirit Tracks and Phantom Hourglass. You touch stuff on the bottom. You do all your gameplay at the bottom screen. That's where all the action is. Upper screen, map. It's more of me like saying that I can understand a world where that is helpful to some. But for me, you need to be doing something a bit more to make it feel like it's worthwhile. Otherwise, it's just map. And I understand because like I think like people talk about Splatoon, they talk about how they still prefer the very first game because you had the gamepad which had the dedicated map on it. But I guess for me, if you're just toggling a quick button to check between two different things, it's not that big of a deal. I feel like the action of having to move my head, especially on the Wii U's case, because it's a gamepad that's probably in your hand, so a bit further away from you than the dual screen on a DS or 3DS. I feel like that action of itself is wasting more time than just quickly press button, check things, and leave. That could be a me thing, so I apologize if I am not taking everything into heart, but yeah, that's what I'm... If you want to do a dual screen console, fine, but you don't really need to. That's all I'm saying. I feel like there wasn't enough software on both the Wii U and the DS/3DS that actually really truly utilized both screens simultaneously to make it seem like it was a worthwhile idea. That's all. I still like it. I'm not going to be opposed to it. I just want to see more games that actually utilize the tech. And again... KV, I love motion controls. Most games with motion controls that are not made by Nintendo. The lamest crap ever. Oh. Well, I don't like those. I like the concept of motion controls, and I want to see more games utilize them in a function that actually makes it feel like you're playing the game in a way that seems like you're interacting with the world. Most developers are probably going, button. To which I'm like, you know, it is the easy answer. And especially if you're an indie dev, that's probably a better thing to be going toward, because that way you can put on multiple SKUs and everything. So one day I will get the Mario game where you have to actually run around physically, and I will find that amazing. There will still be an option for you to use a controller and buttons if you want, though. I want to literally jump as Mario, except the part where he does that triple jump, because I can't do that in real life. But other than that, get a little peripheral that's like a little pole thing that you have to sling on, because I can definitely do that. Maybe just stick to the running part. That's good enough. I know we have Ring Fit, but I want to run around physically on my own while holding my controller like the weapon I'm using in Splatoon. I'm making a lot of jokes on it, but I am, like, serious. Like, to me, that seems really freaking cool. So, like, this to me, like what we're doing right now in the game, it was fun for me to explore. But I'm always thinking, like, man, it would kind of be cool if, like, I had to, like, physically earn this exploration by actually running around. Again, it wouldn't be you wouldn't be forced to use it. It would be an option if you want to, because I know that for very valid reasons, not everyone can do that. But it just seems like a cool thing to me. Like, oh, you run to a wall and you have to do the climb motion, all right, and then you do the pull, and I'm like, basically, I want to play video games, but I want to get some exercise in at the same time, and I want those to be the same thing instead of having to play a separate game that does exercising. Because I know I sit around too much, and I need some exercise. So I want my Zelda games to help me exercise. It sounds silly, because it kind of is. But I'm also not joking either, which I know is hard to take at face value. Oh, hello there. Go away. Ow. Oh, there's the Lightroot. Why is it... Why is it, like, all the way down here? Like, what? Why is this place so sunken in? Aduan, so it would be no da? No Uda. There's no Uda. I don't know what an Uda is, but that's what it sounds like. I've actually really enjoyed these depth episodes because I have kind of just gone into tangents on other stuff. And yeah, we're still fighting bosses and stuff, and they're still fun, and I'm enjoying that, and I'm enjoying exploring, and I think, like, at this point we have a good chunk of the light roots. Like, what light roots are we missing at this point? Because this is still fun for me gameplay-wise. I love exploration, but I know that since I'm not playing it right now, my commentary is definitely more like, oh yeah, that's happening. And it's fun, because I know it's having fun. But also, I'm thinking of this. I want to talk about what I'm thinking about. Yeah, so... yeah, this is a really weird area. It's just kind of like... was I just really high up in the other area, or what? There's still even more down... what the butt? I guess I'm going for that Yiga base. But I want past me to look at the map again, because I'm curious if we have all the light routes. I think we're missing one at the very least. But are we missing any others? Because we might be done with the light routes overall, which, great. That's, raises concerns to me of like, oh, there's still at least 45 logs left. What the heck were we doing? Hey, keys. Ow. Okay. Never mind, have a good day. Yay! Thanks, Yunobo. Oh, eyeball and wing. So I guess if they do just melt immediately, I can still get their materials. I mean, we did get that Lizalfo's tail. I think that was in the last log. Yeah, from just burning them, so... my theory of... oh, a feathered edge! We have not gotten a non-dulled feathered edge yet. Or decayed. That is a pretty cool weapon. I do like it. Don't think we need that star fragment staff. I mean, what does it do? Oh! That's actually kind of cool. Maybe we should keep it. Yeah, we don't need that. I'll use this staff now, because that actually looked kind of cool. I don't know what it's going to do, but it looked cool. Yeah, that's crazy. Look at how much space is down there. Is that where we jumped from initially? Not that way. Oh, it's like... oh, we're going to the... oh, that's another, like, go up to the surface thing. Yeah, no, we're trying to go over there. Why we're going to... we want to go to the green one, not the red one. Ooh, looks like a big juicy Poe down there, but I don't think Past Me saw it, so it's okay. What do you think that Ito do for when they have downtime and they need to exercise, like, need to stretch their wings? Like, what kind of exercises would you do? Because you're thinking, like, in terms of a human, and you're looking at the Ito, and it's like, oh yeah, you just flap your arms. And it's just like, okay, cool, but, like, how tiring does that get? Are your arms built differently so it doesn't get as tiring, or... how much rest does Orito need before they can flap their wings again? And now if we ask for Vali, it'll just be like, I don't need any rest. And then he dies. But if it was someone else... I like Rivaldi. He's a jerk. But I like him. Hello, fellow Yiga. It is I, the Yiga Inspector. I know you heard about another Yiga Inspector who was an imposter, but don't worry. I'm not an imposter, Yiga Inspector. No, no, no. I'm just here to check the defenses of the base. They look pretty good. They look pretty good. Your door's unlocked. You might want to check that. You guys made whatever this is. Looks kind of cool. Don't know if I want it. Looks kind of cool. We got Yiga schematic. Can make a sprinkler system. What? So, like, guys, I know how this could be useful, like, if we were in, like, the Goron region or something, but we're nowhere near that right now. What is the sprinkler used for, especially down here in the depths? Can someone tell me? Ow. Well, you put up a good defense blockade right here. Be a shame if someone blew it up. Don't worry about it. Ooh, grab a new power. I can... Oh. Yeah, the power we've had since we've met Master Koga. Well, okay then. Sorry, I had to yawn there. Anyways, inspection going good. I did not read your journal. But even if I did, it's part of the inspection, so it's fine. Yeah. I'm just inspecting this here stability of the tree that you built your house in. Looks pretty stable, not evil, not trying to punch people. It's pretty good. Alright, I'm gonna use the vehicle that I definitely came in on and leave. You guys pass the inspection. Have a nice day. On second thought, this vehicle sucks. So, you're gonna get some ducks and points. I know it was an inspection about how well your base is defended, and it was pretty well defended, but yeah, this won't do. Master Koga needs something better than a thing that's gonna fall over very easily. Yeah, okay. So have a good day. This is your friendly Yiga Inspector, doing Yiga inspecting things, like inspecting why this vehicle is utter garbage. Alright, bye! I'm actually sad that looks kind of cool. Alrighty, right. Well, if you like this video, like, comment, subscribe. You don't have to if you don't want to, but it's always appreciated. If you like what you see as far as the game goes, Tears of the Kingdom is able on Nintendo Switch. Hopefully play on its successor. Its successor that could be a combination of the Switch and the 3DS. But you should play it because it's a very fun game, and I really enjoyed it. And we also have a lot of multiple of the helmets because we found all of them. And look, a Frox! Hello, blue and white Frox. We're gonna go beat you up. But we'll do that next time, I guess. For now, though, please have a wonderfully great day, and I will see you all on the next one. Until then, ciao.